Good morning, everybody, or evening, whenever you're watching this video. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and attuned eating expert. And the irony of this video series this week has definitely dawned on me that here I am talking about physical, mental, emotional, even spiritual well-being, and how to put a really good, solid team in place. And I'm sitting here having a pretty bad cold, so it doesn't... the irony is not lost on me. So we're just going to get started with that. And I will admit that this morning it's like, okay, I'm going to be talking about health with a big stuffy nose and congestion. And so what am I doing about that as well? So I'm going to be taking my own advice today the best I possibly can. So let's get started. I know it's really hard sometimes when it feels like when you start recovery that you've done everything you possibly could that the internet pretty much tells you, or that more maybe traditional healthcare providers tell you that, like, if you want to manage your weight, your PCOS, your gut health, your autoimmune issue, that everything has to do with getting your food right and your body right, basically. And it's one of those things that I don't think most people mean harm. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, I'll be fine. Just, it's a cold. Just annoying. But I think that there definitely are just these systems in place that don't understand big picture about what goes into people's health physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When you go to the doctor and they say, well, you need to lose weight for your PCOS, they don't ask you about your eating history, like your actual, what's your relationship with food, how long you've been on a diet, do you have any, like, not that I use this tool that much, but the ACE study is really great for just at least being able to believe for yourself that you've had some adversity that you've had to, like, survive, that makes it a little harder to always feel your best because your body's been through a lot of stress. So a lot of times all these different things that you hear can feel like, in your own perfectionism, your own self-doubt and criticism, and being shamed for food or weight or the conditions you're in, plus doing recovery, as I'm talking about it, it probably feels like a tornado to you as I'm talking about it, letting alone living in it. So if you're in a situation where, like, you're trying to help your body either eat more or move or whatever, because you know that would feel better, and you've got these health conditions, it's really tempting to get overwhelmed. You feel like you're in this tornado looking up the bottom of this vortex, thinking, like, you have all these things that you should do, when really all we need to do is take a step back, like I always do, and yield. Like, sit in your chair, like, okay, like, what situation, condition, symptom feels like the most pressing today, and what can I do? So let's say, for example, that you're working through let's say, I don't know, like a restrictive eating disorder with deprivation driven eating. So it's like I'm not quite eating enough, and then I get too hungry, and then I end up eating more naturally because of the deprivation, and I've got IBS. It's a pretty common thing. And then you add in fear of being in public with your stomach, having a flare. It's a lot to manage, and your energy's not great. So it's important to recognize that you can't fix all that at one time, but we can work on maybe the baseline thing, which is maybe the physical aspect, which might be slowing down to really look at your day and where the deprivation gets started. What mindset is doing that. So now we're working on your mind. How do you feel about the fact that, like, wow, like, I was thinking that if I ate XYZ before this thing happened, that I would have troubles being at the store and not having access to a bathroom. But maybe that anxiety is getting really exacerbated, which is making my gut worse because of the unknown. So can we slow all that down? Like, I need to eat a certain amount of food to get me to and from the store, and in a way that, like, helps my gut. That in turn gives me more confidence I'm going to be okay, and I'm able to settle again and reach for my tools if I do get hit with some uncertainty. So you see how if we just really, really, really break it down, you know, we're more likely to like create a very individualized way of doing our day that works for us. What I see online, and you know, I have my page here, have the intuitive eating support group, and I see constantly people saying, I got these labs, what do I do? Oh my gosh. Or this person said this about my health or my weight. Oh my gosh, what do I do? And we're looking for somebody else to tell us exactly what to do. And again, we all need guidance. That's totally true. We're all trained in different things, different modalities. You know, I'm so grateful to be able to work with all kinds of really other great therapists, physical therapists, physicians, occupational therapists. I need to like really helping people, chiropractors, whatever, to create a team for people, because I can't, you know, verbally unpack everything that needs to be fixed. Sometimes it's a physical thing that needs correction or needs support. So the only way you know that is by slowing down, and usually by talking it out. And oftentimes we look honestly to the internet to tell us what to do. Give me a plan, give me a program, so I don't have to feel these feelings of overwhelm. And it's like we kind of need to sit and slow down first so we can get some clarity about what we plan for, how we unpack, what we reach for, and to see if that taking that in actually works. So we're going to talk a lot more this week about addressing any kind of, honestly, health concerns from a team approach. We're going to talk about slowing down more, and we're certainly going to talk about starting to learn to trust and believe yourself. Trust and believe yourself that you're having these symptoms. You tried XYZ under stress conditions, not under stress conditions, and it's still there. It's not in your head. And the reason all this is so important is because it impacts everyone's recovery. It 100% does. If you're feeling not seen, not heard, in tremendous pain, avoiding your pain, you can't white knuckle your recovery through those things forever. We get tired, you know, so it's really important to work through also what are all the factors and getting the correct support to be able to understand. Like say I hear this a lot, for example, oh my goodness, I have this autoimmune thing, I should never eat sugar. And it's like, well, I don't know for sure that that's actually evidence-based. I know the internet says that, and I know a lot of other healthcare practitioners get their information probably from those sources as well, instead of like evidence-based resources, as well as a person's individual relationship with food and how much they can manage things. I know that all is all out there and that says it's true. However, I also know that once we get working on cleaning up your relationship with food and healing all the deprivation, we might find that what we want more so than the sugar is just to feel like we have choices. And sometimes we have some sugar, but we figure out how to eat in a way that doesn't like negatively impact anything anyway. So there's a lot to unpack there. So what I want to leave you with today, because I don't want this video to be overwhelming, is if you are reaching, but it feels like flailing and then it feels like collapse, you know that what we really need to do is find a space to find our feet in our seat, in our back, and have something or someone there to reach for that's consistent and can help you unpack that. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. So I would love for you all to put your confusions down here. If you want to, you can message me privately. I can answer them in the next video, whatever you'd like me to do. But I think it's really important to start to recognize that when we get in a place of overwhelm is when our recovery is vulnerable. So slow down, get really clear about what you can do this next meal, this next moment. And until next time, hope you have a really good day. Bye for now.